Hello, I am Cathy Knoll, and I'm a board-certified music therapist, and I'm speaking to you in this informal forum at the invitation of West Music. And if you are a music educator, then you do have students with special needs enrolled in your class. Of course, every student, even typical learners, has their own unique learning style and their own interests and abilities and their own talents, their own limitations, and really their own challenges. But my experience as a music therapist in public schools since 1974 have taught me that some individuals have challenges that require specific strategies on our part as music educators to help them be able to participate in music education classes successfully. So you may have one or more students who have marked limitations in communication or academics or their self-help skills or motor skills or group skills or ability to get along with other people. They may have very challenging behaviors. And you will, of course, with all kids who are enrolled in special education, you'll be working with a team who will help develop strategies for you to utilize in the classroom. But today we're just going to talk about just 5 quick tips about interacting with individuals with special needs to help welcome them into your classroom and to interact in a positive way. And the first thing is that we treat them, of course, as we do all students. We treat our people with special needs the same as we do people who are typical learners. We know that, but sometimes it's hard to remember that. If we've just found out that a person has been diagnosed with terminal cancer, we tend to treat them differently than we did 5 minutes ago when we didn't know that was the issue. Or if we see someone who's in a wheelchair, then we tend to treat them differently than a person who's able to walk. The tone of voice that we use with people who are nonverbal, who are not able to talk, we tend to talk more specifically and louder, and that's really not necessary. Most people who are nonverbal can hear just fine, and so we need to be careful about our tone of voice, the volume, the way that we talk to people. And in the same manner, we need to avoid talking to people in a baby voice or as if they're cute. I see this a lot with precious youngsters who are diagnosed with Down syndrome. The people tend to talk to them as if they're very cute. And many of my friends are very cute, but we don't need to talk down to them. I have youngsters who are in high school who are in wheelchairs and very, very limited in their abilities. And everyone tends to talk, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you," and talk to them kind of in baby talk. And they would never talk to a typical 16-year-old girl in those tones. So just being careful about how we interact, just relaxing and visiting, looking past a person's disability and speaking to them and interacting with them in positive ways. In the same tone, we tend to speak more harshly and distinctly to people who have a reputation for being non-cooperative or confrontive or very disruptive in the classroom. And we do, of course, need to give specific instructions, but being careful about always speaking to them in a harsh tone. And directly, maybe taking a minute or two or a few seconds even to visit with them as a typical youngster, looking past that disability. So there are lots of other ideas, but these are just a few thoughts to get you started, and we'll continue this conversation, give you some more thoughts about helping maximize the experience of individuals with special needs in the music education classroom.